Let's start streaming. See if YouTube gets it. Make sure I did things right. Yay, I am live. The internet can totally see you now.
Whoa! FBI, look at me in my shorts.
Wave to the webcam. Hi, FBI guy! I love that post that was like, clearly the FBI don't watch you every single time because that means that the FBI guy has been watching me cry myself to sleep multiple times and he hasn't done anything or wondered if I was okay.
God, I can imagine just a narrative behind that, like an FBI or like an FBI who's staring at your computer screen, like watches you cry to sleep basically every night for a month, and like he goes into his boss like, "Hey, I can't deal with this shit. It's too depressing."
Mm-hmm. It's either hey, it's too depressing, or it's like it's like can I just have like fucking Urban Dictionary open up on the side or something? I don't know what a weeb is. I don't know what is this a lolly shit he keeps looking up. So you can't leave your post, not for a second.
It's one of those Southern guys. I don't know what this Estelfo shit he's talking about is.
Estelfo. God. Boop, 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 boop.
So were those just assets that you put over the background of the game, or did you actually have like those characters in game? Just curious.
What are you talking about?
In your stream starting soon thing, like are those actual characters that are like you can get as mods in game?
Yeah, those are the Ashuri fleet, if I remember correctly, from Kantai Collection, and somebody made a mod for those to be put in Don't Starve Together.
Interesting. The charger out is saying hello.
Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello.
Derp said A, so he's in here as well. Hello, Robin.
Okay. Let us swap over to EA. Let's also unmute them.
Gaming, music, it's great.
It's probably going to be important.
Unmute them.
And so,
we don't want to
what
hear
is it
EA
about
shit.
EA Play that excites you the most? I just like the transformation of the venue.
Okay. We are 1 minute and a couple seconds away from, as EA says, Anthem, Battlefield 5, EA Sports, and more.
Gross.
Well, thank you so much, Dylan. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's a little bit about the Palladium. And now, let's head inside and check out the show.
Ready.
Fun zone.
Can't wait to see these microtransactions.
We're still going. We're not rapping.
I'm hungry for them.
I was lied to. Welcome to the Family Fun Zone, my friends. This is where you can get all your real racing action on. It may be a mobile game, but say perhaps you'd like to play a game.
I am pretty curious about Anthem 2. Charger Out said that. When it comes down to it, I think if it's done well, it might be good. I'm hoping that it's not overdone with microtransactions, and I'm hoping that it's not overdone with, you know, hype really and ends up being like a secondary Destiny. Like that's not my thing personally.
Yeah, as I said before, it's just like the whole thing that happened with Mass Effect Andromeda that led into Anthem's like development. It's just like, I hope they don't mess that up again.
Yeah, it's not gonna be fun.
Ah, sports right off the bat, nice. Oh no, it's just a sizzle reel.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
That's not what it's say. Ah, nice, starting off with FIFA.
I just hope they are at least, or will at least be a faction like Warframe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I like Warframe as a game. I'm just not that much of a heavy grinder. I put like a lot of like I guess new player hours in there. I think I'm on like maybe 40 or 50 hours total, but I don't really play it that often. And I don't have that innate grind sense in me personally. But it's not a bad game by any means. So
I
it would be good to have the
I don't play like online only type co-op stuff, so.
Well, it doesn't actually have to be like full-on co-op. It is online either way, obviously, but
I mean, just like
have the single-player option in there.
You know, it's like online shooters and all that sort of thing. It's like I've pointed out before, but it's like I've had enough experience with online shooters to like just be dissuaded from them for the rest of my life.
I getcha. I mean, you might want to at least give it a shot at some point in time, because it does have melee combat as well. Like, it's not like split into one category. The only thing you're gonna have issues with overall is just actually dealing with the grind and then dealing with the fact that the game doesn't really teach you anything.
To give a de facto thing is that currently the only like online shooter type dealing that I'm interested that's current is Fortnite. And that's mainly just due to the fact of how it looks and like the idea of just like building like defenses and that type of thing.
Who are going to be capturing, streaming, and getting their first impressions of the games that we're going to be
Also,
showing
how does it look? How does the stream look? Because I am going by just display, so it might look kind of wonk.
Battlefield 5 multiplayer. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first look. Yeah, we can clap it up. Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some big news, you guys. Any World
Big
Cup
news
fans?
for
You guys
FIFA.
excited? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Then we've got 2 new indie games to share, and then I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course, yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, it wouldn't be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show.
Sorry about that. The neighbors came over again. The stream's looking fine.
It's fine.
Let's get things started.
Getting things started.
Hamburger meat out.
Is this the battlefield? I assume, yeah, as I would say, I assume with the flashing of the 5.
Is this what you want?
Mm-hmm.
No. Is this what you want?
Is this your card? Oh yeah, what a teaser.
Oh, looks like we have an individual called Lynn Donut in here. Hello there, Lynn.
Oh Christ.
To read about Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting, it's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works. And you want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive Battlefield yet.
I think most people said that they just want a full game, but you know, you could take it as that.
Yeah, I mean, we want a full game. Oh, you want Battle Royale?
You want more customizable options? No, we kind of like just want a game.
So you said that you want customizable options. Okay.
You want the game to be linked up to EA's Origin?
God no, God no. So yes?
Well,
okay.
you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing you for you, as they rip through those buildings. And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons.
Wasn't destructible stuff like a thing that's always been in Battlefield?
Shouldn't it be in there anyways?
I'm just like, wasn't that the thing that like differentiated it from Call of Duty, was the fact that you could destroy parts of buildings and stuff?
I believe so.
So I distinctly remember like skyscrapers falling down in like teasers and trailers for Battlefield 3.
About those untold stories that got us excited to start with in this game. It's about what you will see is really those moments of human heroism.
Human heroism.
Witnessing the war through the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real and relatable people facing the brutality of war. We started off by an exclusive look at the Nordlys war story, over at the Xbox.
Wait, so how is this going to be all about?
Thanks, Lasse.
How is this going to be all about heroism if it's a battle royale game?
It's just the beginning.
The same way that Overwatch is about heroism and teamwork. Even though some of the people that they're teaming up with are apparently like terrorists and villains.
I don't get this.
But we forget about that in game because the plot has no purpose here.
And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
What have we been asking for?
Royale.
Oh god.
The last one survived as a hero.
Battle Royale.
It's Royale reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring
Reimagined for Battlefield.
Team play, vehicles into this new
Not
experience.
just Battle Royale,
So
Royale
we
that's
bring an
reimagined.
experience that you haven't played
Risky Dragon
before
299.
in Battlefield or
Boo!
anywhere. But more about that later this year.
So with that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome
He's so
to
special.
your next
You can see the
Battlefield
tear in his eye,
experience,
like
and
he's so
this
proud of
is
his
your
child
first
growing
look
up.
at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
Huh. Yep, looks like a shooting game. What do you think, Yuri? Does it look like a shooting game? Does it go pew pew? I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty, but I mean, it's all gonna depend on how it's done. Because
Sorry about that. My aunt was scheduling something.
Oh, you're fine.
No, it seems like all I missed was a CGI trailer.
Yeah.
Nice.
It looks pretty, but like, I don't get it. Charger out. Are you gonna see the Square Enix conference tomorrow, Yuri?
If I can.
Okay.
I'm going to try to watch every single E3 press conference, but if I can't, then that's just how it goes. Which would be unfortunate, because I would legitimately want to see, like, everything Square has to offer. Live. It's slightly in person.
Oh yeah. Look
You
at
must
that. It's FIFA.
You must keep believing in the power of soccer.
Hey FIFA fans, I heard you want to spend more money, so we tripled the cost of our microtransactions. I know what you're thinking, where's the game content? Well, we just made the same thing and then added a new year to it.
You will believe that you are a soccer player. You will believe, as long as you pay $300 worth of microtransactions to upgrade your character so that your stats are poignant.
The power of loot box.
It's, oh god, if we have anything similar to the NBA situation last year, I swear sports games are gonna just die out for like a couple years.
Yeah.
Like, the video game community as a whole won't crash, but the sports games will. And she's calling me again. Wonderful.
The same with real football. You spend a shit ton of money just to get good players. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But, you know, to pay money for an electronic character that does nothing for you is kind of a little bit much, in my opinion.
That's the UEFA Champions.
That is unless they're doing, like, competitive online play. Like, are they doing competitive like tournaments or whatever like that consistently online? Because if they do that, might be a way to win money. I guess to pay it back.
The world's biggest league joins the world's
But
game.
at the same time, it really puts
and a special thanks
it really puts a broken system when it comes down to competing, because you're going to be looking at people who have the money to spend on the best players rather than those who can't.
For how the Champions League comes to life in FIFA 19. And Lena's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
As Aaron said, the UEFA Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash every year. And it's the place where champions
You're
rise.
stop having friends. They
And
that way they won't call you.
for a long time, and we
I believe it's his
thrilled
aunt that's calling
that it's
actually.
here. And that's why we're bringing the Champions League across the game. It'll be
Yeah, this is the only problem with streaming on a weekend.
Your club will chase this trophy in career mode.
Shit.
Alex Hunter
That's a shiny
will pursue
trophy.
Champions League glory
Yep.
in your story
I
mode.
wonder how many
And
Xbox
we
Ones they
will
had to
give
melt to
them
make that.
live and authentic
I bet you
Champions
it's not
League
even
content.
made out of
We'll
silver.
share more details on that,
It's
along
probably one
with
of those
all our
shiny
other
tin
Ultimate Team
things that are like
features
10. They're like.
later
It's made out of
5 pounds.
aluminum foil.
And all that's just the beginning. As you know, the heart and soul of FIFA is gameplay. And this year, we're giving you the tools to control the pitch in every moment. From your tactical
People, I
approach
do want to
pass
point out, there
each
comes a
step.
point where things get too boring. I will literally
We
just
know
boot up a game and we'll
how
play that
passionate
until
you are
something
about
interesting
gameplay,
comes
so we
up.
work hard to shape and
Honestly, I
refine
don't
our
blame you.
vision.
So I assure you, we will not be watching Pele talk for 20 minutes about how he loves girls and they're pretty.
Detailed feedback from pros.
I just love women.
That was literally the worst.
Right now is that the quality bar in gameplay was raised yet again
I
this year.
just love women.
We look forward to everybody
They're majestic creatures.
experiencing the game
Brazilian
in
women,
sunset
they're nice.
week. And also, of course, we're extremely excited for everybody to play it when we launch.
They
on
kick
September
balls
20th.
like nobody's business. But not
And
those
this
balls,
is our
eh,
FIFA
gentlemen?
19 news, headlined by the UAE.
Just the EA representative is
take a minute
sweating.
to pause and
Just like,
reflect.
he hasn't said
Standing next
microtransactions
to
in
this
5
trophy
minutes.
is surreal. You know, growing up,
Look at the
there's
face
two
of the chick
iconic
to the right.
trophies
She's
that
just like,
every
why the
young
fuck is
player
he still
dreams of
talking?
winning. For your club,
Just like, let him go, let him go.
pursuit
The
of
teleprompter's
Champions
saying
League
something else, but whatever, he's
But
passionate.
for your country, it's this trophy. The World Cup.
I like how 5 people cheered.
And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete for
Yeah,
it.
sports, yeah.
As you can
I
imagine,
wanna pay more
all of
money,
us
woo!
on the FIFA can't wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18 players, which is why we've just updated the game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS, PC, and Nintendo Switch. But you can take Ronaldo
Switch,
Portugal's
Switch,
first World Cup
name
victory,
drop 1.
or
Let's put
you
that
can
on the
write your
counter.
own story with some
It's
great
$5,000
nations
for those
who
5
didn't
people.
qualify. Or you can make a crazy dream a
So,
reality
we,
for your home
just
country
like, it'll be out
mine,
for all
Iceland.
consoles, but due to the fact that we kind of don't like Nintendo, we've removed even more features than we did last time we released something.
And you can feel their
Now you have to pay us $50 to have the rights to even put the game in the console.
Ooh, fuck. Could you imagine having to pay for rights for a game?
Christ.
Any England fans in the room?
I hope we never get to that point in time.
I'll give it 10 years.
And Lena isn't the only one who's excited. FIFA
To
18
what, to the
Yeah.
bullet enters my brain?
Yeah.
We don't want to
Like-
talk about it, invite
But you can
everyone
only use
to
that
come
money
join
on
the
EA
celebration.
microtransactions.
So I'm pleased to announce that for a limited time, FIFA 18
EA will
complete
own
with
every
the entire
company.
World Cup experience is available for a free trial on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and on PC through Origin Access.
Christ,
Yeah,
if
you can
EA ever
download and
became the
play the
Disney
entire
of
game
video
right
games,
now
I think I
for
would
free.
vomit.
I would have to become a game designer just to prevent it from happening.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators.
Oh, get it?
We're
Kick
gonna be
off?
playing
He's so
live videos
funny.
of the show, representing their nations in a little mini
You
World
know
Cup
the
tournament.
jokes.
And this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered around the World Cup, and we'll bring you all the details on FIFA 19. But in the meantime, let's all enjoy the
Aren't
World
they
Cup.
already?
Thank you. and
Well, I mean,
Alfred
they do
Vista.
own a lot of companies, and they kill the ones who don't do well enough for them. So, sure. I don't know how. Has Disney actually butchered any like any companies at all that are under them?
What company? I'm sorry.
Well, they said Risky Dragon said, aren't they already the Disney of video games? And I said that depends. Has Disney also like butchered any companies that were under them?
I don't know any companies that got butchered. You can argue Pixar. But it's like, I don't know any companies that got butchered. I just know that Disney bought a bunch of companies.
Because isn't that like EA's thing? Like they get a company and they just want to kill it.
Yeah, they buy a company, milk it for all it's worth, and then when the cow runs dry, they throw it to the slaughterhouse.
We've got so much to do here today.
I miss Visco games. Dead Space was nice.
It's our third EA Play and our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more excited to have
I wonder
you
how
with
many
us
higher
to
ups
share
in game
all
companies
the
in general
games that we
actually
have
play
to show you.
games.
We've got lots to do.
I know Iwata
Before we move on,
used to
I'd
play
like share
games,
just a couple of
like
things.
used to play all the games that came out, and I know Miyamoto plays any of the games that he develops.
Is the combination of streaming plus subscription.
Other than that,
As consumers, watching movies,
Phil Spencer
watching
pointed out that
TV,
he played a bunch of the
listening to
Kinect
music,
stuff,
reading books
which
has never been
questioned why he let that release
And we
then if he
believe
played
that
them.
disruption is going to be have a
Yeah, I
profound
played all the
impact
Kinect games
on
and
our
I thought,
industry in the
these are
next few years.
garbage. Why not
And
release
so
them?
over the last couple of weeks, you will have seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined.
I don't know if
Electronic
Shuhei
Arts to help our
Yoshida
investment
plays
to
any of the
extend
stuff that
our
Sony
thinking
makes.
and extend our
I think he's
pioneering
strictly a
into
businessman.
this cloud gaming world. For many people,
Speaking of
that's
Kinect,
gonna
I still
mean
remember the fucking
extending the
Milo debacle.
experiences they already play on other platforms. For others, it's
God.
going to mean new games and
Kinect
new
was
mobiles
actually
to
the
play
dark age
across
of
a whole
Xbox.
variety of platforms.
Yeah, other than now.
But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere.
I mean, fucking
anytime.
Crackdown's been postponed
So
to
this week we've got a tech
2019.
demo running.
So now literally
All
we've
of
only
our
made 2 games in the last
streaming
year.
in HD
Yeah.
from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves.
I have a
Now, it's
small
not
amount
quite
of hope
ready
that
for
they'll
full
announce something from
market
Respawn.
prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we
And
hope to bring
Titanfall
in
3.
the future.
Yep.
The second part
To
of
be
that,
fair,
of course, is
Titanfall 2's
subscription.
campaign was
We
probably the
started
best
subscription
campaign I've
number
ever
of
seen
years
in a
ago,
first-person
and
shooter.
millions of you have signed up and
I never got a chance to
experienced
play
the
it,
joy of
honestly.
being able to have full access to a great
Have you
catalog of
played
games.
Dishonored?
Today,
Any of those
Oh, yeah.
games?
announcing
Have you
I
played
have all
Dishonored
three.
2?
Access Premiere.
Yeah, I have all 3 of them.
So
You know
three
that
things
you know
to
that
know.
mechanic where you can
On
use like those
Access
mirrors
Premiere will bring
to
you
like
all of our new
swap
PC
between the
games,
past and the future?
starting with Madden
Yeah.
NFL,
Okay, you get
back on
something
the
like
PC for the
that
first time in over a decade.
in Titanfall 2, and what they do with that
Then
mechanic
FIFA
is
19,
like
Battlefield
astonishing.
5, and of course Anthem.
Like it's
And
like
there'll
it's a
be many more
phenomenal
titles
chapter.
in the years to come.
I'll have to give it a shot then.
Second,
Anthem!
access to the vault. Our
And
library
it's
of
gone.
over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year.
Is it
but if
just
you wanna
me,
get
or
started
did I
right
just
now and
see
experience
on the center of
benefits
Anthem's
and joys
thing,
of subscription, come in and play
the
a free trial of
image
Origin
of
Access, our base
that one like
subscription,
dinosaur survival
this
game?
weekend.
Rex or like
Thank you
Ark,
and have a great show.
Ark Survival.
Yeah, I saw the triangle and I saw the trees and I was like, Ark.
Survival evolved. Oh boy, we're getting an ad on the on the thing that nobody wants.
I hope there's something from Hazelight. Risky Dragon said he doesn't care about Anthem.
Anthem just looks interesting. Whether or not it'll like interest me enough to buy it eventually is like up to EA at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks good, and I like the way it seems to play so far, if anything. But I highly doubt they're gonna have that many actual communication options.
Make another Burnout, you cowards!
I would love to see another Burnout, actually. That in a decent Dragon Age, because they completely fucked Inquisition, in my opinion.
What's up? So I'm here,
I miss
sitting
Burnout.
inside the crowd at EA Play, and I just happened
Yeah,
to
they
find
like
Mr.
skull fucked
Vince
Inquisition, in my
Zampella
opinion.
here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that man on PC, right? Yeah. So,
Like 2
you
people
guys may have
cheered.
seen that Vince was tweeting
Oh, I love
yesterday,
this stuff.
And there has been a bunch of speculation. So we want to just get right to it?
God, listen to those melancholy cheers.
Stuff yet.
We've been held here against our will. Why don't you leave? They paid us $500 to stay.
We wanted to bring a little
I'm so
bit
sorry.
bigger. So we've been
You want
working with
you want to play my
Lucas
3DS?
on getting the name
Yeah, I'll take
and
that.
the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Ooh, River City
Oh,
Ransom,
you guys got any
nice.
guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
Hope so. So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi
So
Fallen
Star Wars
Order.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Lynn Donut,
So
best
kinda
conference.
gives you some idea that
Mhm.
you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a
Oh
lightsaber?
no, they're making a Star Wars game. Woo.
I thought Disney stole their rights after the Gong show that was Battlefront 2.
Dark times, trying to be a little
EA's
bit
Battlefront 2.
when the Jedis are being
Yeah,
hunted,
EA's
so
monstrosity too.
I gotta specify that because like
So for all the the hardcore
EA
nerds
might
out
be
there
trying
who
to
wanna know,
like
where in the
replace
timeline,
the original
like, between
Battlefronts, but
which
no.
episodes is
The
it?
PSP games kicked
Between
ass,
3
in my
and
opinion.
Okay.
Like there was a
Alright,
lot of
between
good Star
3 and
Wars
4,
games
sounds like a
in
nice
general
time.
before
Yeah,
EA
and,
got the
any
handle.
tidbits?
Yeah,
not
like
a
I
nice-
ate the
dark
shit out of
time.
Battlefront 1 and 2 on PSP, and I
Bad times. Does that mean
thoroughly
it's gonna
loved
just be all dark?
Unleashed, both 1 and 2.
It's amazing.
Yeah, Force Unleashed had some issues, but it was like
Alright,
it was
so
a
I
fun
think people are
novelty.
now
Like it was a nice
interested to
idea.
know, like,
It was
when
playable in
can
my
we
opinion. I
play
loved
the
it.
game?
I
Though,
especially loved
though,
it.
though it is weird that Star Killer ended up in Soul Calibur because of that game.
But
Yeah, that
sorry
didn't make
to
any
dash
sense.
any hopes. But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up, and hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh yeah.
You want to know a game I'm thought about that
It was
like
great to see you.
Microsoft
Thanks
can
for
announce
stopping
this
by
year?
the show today. We do have a
Another
little bit more
Fable
news on
game.
Star Wars, so I'm going to toss it
Yeah,
over to
I would love to
Dennis.
see one, but I'm just very, very leery. I'm just very, very leery about that game when it comes down to being released. Because they about fucked it up with the Legends thing.
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Risky
really
asked,
happy
have
and
you guys
excited to
played
be here
Empire
today,
at
so
War
thank
and its
you so
expansion?
much for hanging
I
out with
personally
me
have
for a
not.
little bit.
I have not either.
So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right.
I think you might be out of
So
luck
instead
there.
of coming out of the
Charge
gate
Out said,
sprinting like we
hoping
really
for scale
wanted
down
to,
return.
I love that. I love that statement. Say
And
we
make
released
sure
Battlefront
that
2
we
last
deliver
year,
the
and
game
clearly
that
we
our
didn't
players
understand
really
what we were doing. It's like,
So we decided to
understatement
continue
of the
overall
fucking millennium.
and add a
Bullshit. They
bunch
knew
of
what they
new
were doing.
character
They just
designs
fucking,
for players
they
to
just
collect
bit the
instead.
fucking hand that fed them.
So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally.
They're like, oh,
starting
we didn't know
with
we
the
couldn't
Ewoks
steal
on
your
Endor.
wallet. We thought that was
And-
okay.
That
Thank
we're
you.
adding a new hunt
we,
mode.
It turned out to be
Yay.
by far
You
the
want to
most
shoot
fun
all the
birthday of
Ewoks
game,
ever?
And the team loved building.
Because remember, everybody hates those, right?
So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's
You know what
headlined
I
by
loved
the new
about the
planet
original
Kessel,
Battlefront
a
2?
really dangerous place,
What?
Galactic
and it
Conquest
features the
mode.
return of one of our
Yeah.
favorite modes, Extraction.
You want to know what's in it isn't in either Battlefront game by EA?
I'm assuming Galactic Conquest.
Galactic Conquest mode.
Which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also
How could you
adding
not
a new
possibly
Star
have a
Wars
mode where you go across
around
all the planets and
dogfighting
try to
with
take
your
over them
heroes.
all from the Empire?
And looking ahead,
How do you
later
not
this
have a
year,
game mode like
we
that?
will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer
I could say it's
sandbox
because EA is
experience
incompetent as a
focused
whole,
around
but
capturing
I don't want
command
you to get
posts
sued for us insulting them too much.
and
EA actually bans this stream.
But that's not all. We know that
There's
you
too
have
much
been asking for
negativity
new
in this
heroes,
stream.
villains, and
It can't be
planets
on here
from
anymore.
a
Just say, it's just like
certain
you're.
era.
Say, unfortunately, you're not
Very
shilling
iconic Star
everything that we're
Wars
doing. So,
I'm
yeah, we're gonna
excited
put the
to
kibosh
confirm
on that.
Battlefront 2 this year
Lynn Donut,
will be
hope this
going
makes up for
deep into
stealing
the
your
content.
money.
It's only fitting that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level.
Oh,
we
look
have
at that, more
ever
melancholy
built
cheers.
for Battlefront.
Mm-hmm. Yay, Star
So let's
Wars.
talk about the heroes and
I wonder if
villains.
I wonder if they
First,
have these pre-recorded
let me
and they're just not people
introduce
clapping at all.
the most powerful droid. the leader
Hey,
of the
it's
most
General
powerful army
Grievous.
In the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yay! I
Finally
wonder how much
making
you have
his
paid to have to
debut
get
in
him.
Battlefront. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the
I mean,
Dark
you
Lord
remember,
and
you have
leader
to
of the
pay. You
Separatist
have to pay
Alliance,
for the
Count Dooku,
characters, and
as
we can't
well
have
as
color switches because that's
someone to
against the
bring
canon.
balance to the Force. Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
I love that.
So
we couldn't have Darth Vader as white or pink because that's
the team
against the
at
canon,
home
and we
is
have to be as
extremely
accurate as possible.
excited to be building all of these cool things.
God.
EA and DICE are committed
So
to
we're just getting a Clone Wars pack, basically.
Yep, pretty much.
General Grievous, Dooku, Anakin, Obi-Wan.
Thank you very much for
I'm
playing
surprised
the
they
game,
haven't dropped this
providing
shit
us
yet.
with your feedback, talking to us together. We will make
I
this
do realize.
the
I also
greatest
realized
game
that it's
we
like
can possibly
Battlefront
build.
2 had
There
those
would be no
characters. The
Battlefront
only
without
ones
you.
that they're missing are
So
like
thank
the
you.
new
May the
ones.
Force be with you,
Yeah.
and
Like the
enjoy
only
the
ones they're
rest of
missing are
your
like Rey, Flynn. I'm sorry, Finn, and Kylo.
And the new ones really weren't worth it, so they could have just really released the original games.
Kylo would be the only person I would want in like Battlefront 2 style again. Oh, so Unravel 2 is coming. I heard that, like this got like leaked or something earlier, but it's like, hey, that's nice. My friend who's like not super into video games that aren't like Atlas games, but like every now and again finds a game that she really likes. Unraveled for some reason was that game for her. So I'm pretty sure she's probably like screaming heavily that there's a sequel now.
Yeah, I never played the first game. I saw it played, but I never actually played it myself.
It's just like a simple 2D platformer, but it's like the aesthetic of the world is like the main thing.
Yeah.
Hi, it's really good to see you.
I forgot about this guy.
In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize
Oh, he looks funny.
love and the bonds between people.
If I remember correctly,
In
and,
order to
unless I'm
we
forgetting,
tear that bond up right
I
at the
think
start.
this is actually like the
You
dude
lose
that like
everything,
he's the
including your
director of the
spark.
game.
Uh-huh.
But
The first
when
like when
things
he was
are
out
at their
on
darkest,
like in the
find
first
hope.
like E3
And
showing
you
off the
form
first
a new
Unraveled,
bond.
he had a little
Yeah.
Yarny
And
plushie.
your spark.
And like,
It's
and
your
everybody thought it was just like, oh, it was just like
And
cute
it
little
moves off
memorabilia.
on
But
an
then like it kept closing up on him, and you realized that his hands were fidgeting like horribly. And then like when people found out he has like
It's a
like
game
immensible
about
stage
fresh
fright.
starts.
And that
It's
plush
like
was sort of like a security
these
blanket.
two little souls who refuse
I
to
was
give
like,
up
oh god.
and build something new and beautiful together.
Although I can't
And the
blame
whole
him, I'd
game
probably
is
be really, really
inspired by
confused
that
and worried if I was in
spirit
front of a bunch of
of
people like that.
optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made
The two-player
to be
element looks
played
interesting.
with two characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend. But there's always two characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure. This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging.
It's friendlier,
But above all,
yes.
It's a lot more playful. And we think
Already,
it's,
there's
worth
less
it.
cars attempting to run over you and
I wanna
birds
show it to you
attempting
now.
to
So
eat you
I
whole.
brought some help. So please welcome
That's what I'm
Michael
curious
to the
about now that you
stage.
mentioned that. Why the hell would a bird want
So
to eat
producer
yarn?
at Cold
I don't know. It's a bird. It's dumb, and it sees something that looks edible.
And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about.
That's like asking why would a bear attack a person? They're not fish.
That depends. Was the human
Was the
using
human
Splash
smothered in fish guts?
and using Splash?
There we are.
Did you see that guy's face? He's like, why am I here?
So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game.
You guys can
actually
you can
try
work
to
with each other.
include a bit more of those.
Are those two,
because
like,
we figured that
real?
since it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more
Welcome back
like
there, Risky.
thrill and danger and kind of wow moments. Places that were like fun and exciting.
Oh, so you are being chased by birds.
That's a turkey this time.
Oh.
Last time it was like a
And then
raven,
when you get
like
to
crow
the
type
more
of thing.
puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving,
Yeah.
you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters.
Lynn doing it. Was the
Because
human dressed like a
that's how
fish?
we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game.
What do you think,
that
Yuri?
you're
In the
always
situation with the
working
bear, was the
together and
person dressed like a
helping each
fish?
other out and utilizing the
I'd
bond
argue
between you
no.
to overcome any obstacle that you come across. So I guess I'll jump in at this. Yeah, come here. So,
Not
I'm
liking
gonna
the
be
dark
red-
environment,
red
says
one.
Charger out.
Okay. You be the blue one. I'll be blue.
Yeah. the mood lighting in the first one was actually like way better than this. This like the volumetric fog kind of like muddles the entire like image.
And the bird is back.
So it's harder to see the characters.
It's harder to see how less of a budget EA gave this one compared to the first one.
Alright. Nice. And I'll catch you. There you go. Can I swing now? Okay, you go ahead.
Yay. Also, what is this like guiding light spark that they're following?
I'm assuming it's Destiny and or
God.
Yes. When in doubt, God.
The god of yarn.
The mood doesn't seem playful at all. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe they're trying to do a darker story. That could be why, but at the same time, I kind of get where you're coming from.
We're showing you how intense the game will get
Okay, I'll go up and
for the
smash
2
around.
times it happens.
I'll sneak up here.
Come get me, bird. I'm so delicious
Your
with
turn.
my yarn.
There you go. Keep him over to the left. Now I'll go.
You know that bird could jump up and
As I would say,
grab me.
that
What the
turkey is not even attempting.
Alright.
It just doesn't want to eat.
There you go.
Turkey was really hungry. It would jump. It would attack you like nothing else.
fuck? Exactly.
Now we can breathe again. Yeah, finally. Or can we?
Oh, there's the playful nature. The turkey fell on its face.
Aw,
So
poor
that's
turkey.
a quick little look at Unravel 2.
See, now that promotional image is more bright than the game.
I really hope
Is
you
there
like
such a thing as avian drunkenness?
Avian drunkenness.
How else would a fucking bird stumble like that?
Working on this game has
Oh man, I've been hitting the seed too hard.
team effort in so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here.
Yeah, that
and
is a
thank you,
surprisingly
Stills,
bright
and thank
design
you to
compared to what the
everybody
game
back
looks like.
home. Thank you. Love you.
Bye, Unraveled guy. He seems like he gotten better about the whole like stage fright thing because he didn't seem nearly as fidgety.
That wave though. Bye.
Oh, so yeah, this is always something interesting. Showing off the game, showing off a demo of the game, and then finishing off with a trailer of the game.
You gotta know that you like the game.
Why don't you show the trailer first?
Why don't you show the game but like bright and vibrant?
Yes.
Charger out. The damn mood is still depressing as hell. Yeah, it does look pretty bland.
Well, even that image where the sun is like the most prominent thing still looks so dark.
Yeah. Like that's not bad, but it still looks dark for the area. The fire looks okay.
Yeah.
This area looks very mechanical, so that kind of fits. But when the sun was out and when you were in that public area with the balloon, like that looked like it was supposed to be a lot brighter than that.
Unravel 2.
Thank you, Martin, and the brilliant team at Coldwood. The game is really strong. These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to
It's
play
odd.
Unravel 2
Yeah,
with my kids.
it's just
But
not
what's even
it's not
more
as vibrant as
amazing
it should be. And
is
I'm not
that
gonna
we're
lie,
making
the image
Unravel
for the
2
game itself gives me
available to
supreme
everyone
Pikmin
today.
vibes.
Yep, you heard that right.
Like just the image right
You'll be
there.
able to
Yeah.
take
It's
these two
vibes, but when
yarnies
it comes
on their
down to the
next
actual
big
gameplay,
adventure
it's just it's
starting
not.
today. The game is finished.
I wonder when Miyamoto will finish making Pikmin 4.
I don't think they're going to.
He said he wanted to work on one.
Back in 2015, we started on this journey with the original.
The game is much more friendly. Shows a forest on fire.
It's much more friendly. Forest on fire, harsh environments, factory setting, barely any light.
Games to the world and to tell their stories.
Bright and colorful! Fun for the entire family.
Representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out.
Oh yeah, Way Out.
We all kind of remember that.
Way Out.
So, do we all remember that? Do we?
I think I did.
Fuck the Oscars, am I right?
In March, that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new.
and you all loved it. We saw over
and you all loved it. Okay, buddy, don't put words in my mouth.
Such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So
it's something like fresh and new, and you all loved it. You all loved it, and you all paid for it.
We have your money now.
Which leads us
he just pulls like he pulls out a 50 out of his shirt pocket, starts sniffing it.
When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gephardt.
It's unlike anything we've ever done. Oh, it's a complete game?
With no microtransactions?
With no microtransactions? So that'll be something you've really never done.
Something that you only had to pay once for to play with a friend? Sea of Solitude.
During the pitch,
Scene
how
twisting.
enthusiastic Patrick was, and then afterwards, like our whole team,
she's exasperated.
We were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too
I like
excited.
the aesthetic of this look right here. Is she also going to fuck the Oscars? I'm not interested unless she fucks the Oscars.
We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are
from Berlin.
Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so
Do you play as a boat?
and so unique is that
I want to be a boat.
Are you a monster yourself? Or are you a human that must run away from monsters on the boat?
Are you a monster boat?
Are you a boat monster?
I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed.
You know something I realized as like we keep making. You know something I realized as we keep making jokes about EA and like microtransactions and stuff like that. I miss EA like last gen, where they actually did make like a bunch of original games.
Yeah, that was a brighter history.
In a fantastic setting.
It's like Mirror's Edge. That was nice. Dante's Inferno. That was also nice.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I know a lot of people didn't really enjoy it, but
Burnout Paradise was like not as good as the previous ones, but it was still like an attempt.
Yeah. Dodo Winstar said the graphics in this game look really appealing. I don't think it looks too bad, honestly.
Really, the colors are like really nice. I like the hues.
It's kind of like a Dreamscape style color scheme.
Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from
also, those fish are moving. That means they have fish AI, which means they are on the same level as Call of Duty Ghost.
The hopelessness, worthlessness turns to the outside, and she becomes
the color scheme kind of reminds me of Into the Woods.
It's about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a
I don't think
charge her out more colorful than Unravel.
The goal is
I don't think dang, yeah, actually.
Balance.
I don't think I don't think I know Into the Woods.
It's the 2D game where you play as May the cat character.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know why I thought that game was called. No, it's Night in the Woods. That's the name of that game.
Oh, Night in the Woods. Fuck me.
Yeah, I say Into the Woods.
I guess I have that musical on the brain.
Into the Woods.
Thank you.
I've never seen that movie, but Into the Woods.
Is this real?
Oh, you are a monster girl.
You're a monster girl inside of a boat?
Inside of a boat.
Can you merge with the boat and become a monster girl boat?
Well, let's see.
The loneliness cuts me and tortures my soul. I'm no child of destiny and no fortune son.
Okay.
Damn, she's furry.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
This looks appealing.
It does, actually. That's a furry fish.
Early 2019.
That's
oh yeah, NBA.
I hope that game, it's I hope it's longer than a couple hours.
Yeah. I hope that area that we see isn't the only area in the game.
Yeah, that would be kind of shitty.
It's just a 2-hour game at $20.
New fetish, furry monster boat girl.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, there are already artists working on that game.
Okay, so Lynn, if that's your new fetish, you need to design that and turn that into Yuri's very first character for his channel. Make us a furry monster boat girl.
Just remember,
Specifically one that's specifically boat girl.
Yep, but it needs to have one of Astolfo's outfits on. I don't know if you can fit Astolfo's outfits onto a boat.
On a boat.
Give it a shot.
Unless you're like personifying a boat, in which case you're just making Kantai collection at that point.
The Happy Dane just arrived. Hi there, finally made it. Good to have you.
My name's Shay Kivlin, aka
EA Sports. It's in the game. This man looks dead inside.
You missed a decent game, Risky Dragon. It's SOS. It's kind of like the art aesthetic of Night in the Woods in terms of colors, but it's very, very interesting in the fact that it has like a dark approach to it.
That was a phenomenal read, and Trini's got the lead.
But other than that, you missed basketball and now football.
Sports. We missed soccer. You missed Star Wars. You missed Battlefield 5. And yeah, that game from before. SOS.
Oh no, that was Risky. Dane is here. He's different person.
Okay.
Competitive mapping, what the fuck?
You'll map like you'll never map before.
When will there be some fishing sports games?
Aren't there like the Sega branded Rayfuel series? I forget what that series is actually called, but there is a ongoing series of fishing games.
That's pretty fun.
Sega even made a fucking peripheral with that game. And fun fact, that game is the sole reason why Big the Cat exists. Because they wanted to promote that game and the peripheral alongside it.
So Yuri, we might have ourselves a deal on here. Lyndon said, if I make furry boat girl, will you do a foot reveal?
When I was in high school, I was playing baseball, I hurt my arm. So then I picked up Madden.
What do you think?
At first, I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So the key to be the #1 player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball.
Hello there, Khaled Dag. How's it going?
You said you had the decision to go to your graduation or go to a tournament. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money. That's awesome. Okay,
they're trying.
Now the past few years, how has it been for you? I know you had some ups and downs.
It's been tough. I've had a lot of devastating losses. I've been so close so many times. I made the final on TV and got blown out.
Are we just talking about this dude's experience with stuff?
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of, bling.
Also, Rapala Pro Bass Fishing.
Sounds like it.
That's the ongoing fishing series that I was thinking of.
I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever, but I'm not going to board you guys. We're going to go out. I'm going to try to take this belt, round 2. So we're out. Have a good day.
There's also Sega Bass Fishing.
Huh. That was all they wanted to do. They went in there to brag about their football career. Football career.
Oh my God, my dick is so huge.
Good. Welcome.
All just to get to this place where you've been told legends are born.
Frostbite's working on this. Okay.
So you can rise.
For a lot of people, that probably shouldn't surprise them, but I normally know Frostbite as the people that work on that like help out with Battlefield. So
I don't even see how football people could be considered legends.
But about all the moments that got you here.
Hey, that's not even the same football, you idiots. You just had it a couple shows ago. That's soccer. No, it's not.
There's competitive Madden now? Yep, there is.
There's always been competitive any game. Tetris has like money match tournaments, and I'm not even kidding on that.
Competitive Dig Dug.
Competitive Dig Dug. Competitive. There is legitimately a game exclusively on the GameCube called Pac-Man Versus. It's partially what it sounds like on the tin. Where there's two modes, one where it is just both, where it's just you, like one player's Pac-Man, another player's Pac-Man, and you just like try to get as many points. But alternatively, there's a mode where one player is Pac-Man, and 3 players can be the ghosts, and you have to look for Pac-Man in like throughout the maze. But the only view that you have is like a bird's eye view of your ghost or Pac-Man himself. So it's not like you can it's not like you're playing on the maze and everybody can see where everybody is.
The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant nuclear missile in the center.
It's an interesting game.
The missile by standing on a majority of the control points. A bar fills up.
It's another whatever it's called.
The missile,
Clash of Clans game.
Fire the missile.
No,
takes 2 missiles to destroy the enemy's base and win. That's it.
Sounds great, Michael.
I was thinking
Command and Conquer.
Let's get to this match.
Absolutely.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome match.
I was thinking Civilization first.
This is not Civilization.
Well, I just know how Civilization has like
Gandhi is not killing anybody currently.
Make some noise for In Control.
I don't know, like for some reason whenever I see a game that has those hexagon square pieces, the square movement places, I for some reason merge all of them together in my subconscious because they all look the same.
That's fair.
Command and Conquer didn't have that, which is why like I know the difference between those ones. I'm going to join the competitive Animal Crossing scene.
That legitimately could be. That legitimately, there was 2 people that played a competitive game of Animal Crossing. I think it's New Leaf is the 3DS one, where they were both tasked with paying off every bill for Tom Nook, and like the fastest, and like the person who would do that, like the quickest one. Dude won $20,000 doing that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's insane.
Guys, I am not kidding. I'm about like 30 seconds away from just booting up a game.
I can't blame you.
In a strategy game, that flank position that In Control is going from the top side, also very important as Nick at Knight's forces have to circle around the center.
Right, let's see if he's able to create a 2-on-1. Is he able to get there? Looks like he's getting there.
Okay, yeah. Let's tone him down a bit. Let's go to intermissions as I set up like a GBA game. Sorry to say I didn't swap out the gifts currently, so we still have Pokemon gifts.
That's okay. I still think you should play Pokemon Channel on the stream at some point. Even though it doesn't count as playing, but you know, you should do that.
On stream?
Yes.
Don't know about that. I have played, like, you know, I have just played Pokemon Channel when I was younger, so.
Yeah, I played the shit out of it when I was younger too.
And as that economy ramps up, of course, we're seeing bigger, more powerful units come out. We have there the drill pod coming in the left side to help flank those flamethrowers.
It's still going.
Is that a mobile game? And the Charger I said already ahead of you, Yuri. Then we said, my God, it's growing. It's growing.
To the south side, that missile passing halfway now. Both zones in control of Nick at Night. He will have the missiles. We see
still going.
Towards in control's base.
Fuck, we're gonna play Kirby.
Okay.
Fuck it!
Very important, of course, blocking the pathing of those units is another
there
big factor of the strategy.
Dodo Wingstar, you know the Let's Go gif is like the girl getting a gasm from Eevee's touch. Risky Dragon, I'd rather watch paint dry than continue to watch this conference.
With another turret, in control flanks, he takes the top, that missile, fires off. Wow.
Start out the game.
One shot away.
Apparently I had a file here before.
As the next one will start to ready up in just a moment.
Let's play Bomb Rally. You want to see some sports? Here's some Kirby sports.
Perfect. Better sports than we're watching already.
Move up towards that north position. Those harvesters, of course, very crucial, very important to protect those as your economy allows you to.
Hey there, Confident Princess Shy. Finally the good shit.
Damn.
Nick at Night is trying to get in there, but there's a great turret placement from In Control.
I'm just acknowledging the fact that one of the people who are competing is named Nick at Night.
Another drill pod we're seeing with some flame tanks.
Yeah, bring in the flank, of course, those flame tanks.
I actively dislike this person and I've never met them.
Two more tanks coming out from Nick at Night to try and secure this position.
Yeah.
At least he wasn't named George Lopez.
Christ.
Trying to scout out and see what your opponent is doing and make the proper response.
Yeah, I got 3 lives.
Absolutely. Nick at Night cruising around, thinking about harassing those harvesters, coming around
what's in here?
For those rhinos. Looks like he's
I'll go with laser.
See that missile is starting to get close to firing.
So, for those of you who don't know, Nightmare in Dreamlands is actually a remake of Kirby's Adventure on the NES, I believe. That's the game that marked the first time that Kirby actually had copy abilities, which is interesting. I've done an episode on the first Dreamland, and that will be coming soon. But yeah, it's legitimately weird to play a Kirby game and not be like getting copy abilities every 10 seconds.
Looks like Amazing Mirror.
No, it's a Nightmare. Trust me. If we were playing Amazing Mirror, then there'll be 3 other Kirbys just like fooling around. Also, I would most likely have Mirror instead. What do you give? Is it Mike? Yeah, it is. Nice. I like Mike.
You want to be like Mike?
Dang it, stupid Scarfy.
Dodo Wingster. Oh yeah, Yuri. What's your view on Nintendo Online subscriptions?
I am just iffy on subscriptions in general. That's because I don't have a job, so. But that's solely me. Oh, hold on a second. We're back to games.
Oh shit.
Holy fuck. Command and Conquer Rivals.
Ooh, what is it?
Head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy. Now, Rivals will be
Risky Dragon. Oh god, they're still going. Dodo Wingster. I heard you can access the SNES games via the subscription.
So head to the Google Play Store, search Command
and Conquer. Okay, so that was Command and Conquer, the mobile game that they were playing.
We can't wait for you to
that was Command and Conquer?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so disappointed.
I'm not. I expect this from EA. Oh, hello. Who are you? You have a cool looking design. Oh, okay. This is just an ad for it.
How the mighty has fallen.
That is a shame, legitimately. Command & Conquer was a good franchise.
Yeah, I still have Tiberium Wars and Red Alert on my 360.
And now it's just like, oh, we've fallen. What have God wrought upon this world?
Dodo Wingstar, false advertising.
No, you get it. You see, it makes perfect sense because EA commands the game and conquers your wallet.
Damn, she looks cranky.
Mm-hmm.
Someone must have pissed in her cereal.
Why do these people have to have cool looking designs?
I love how it transitions from like that 3D awesome look to fucking to being literally just the mobile version.
Just like asymmetric. You notice how there was only like 10 seconds of the gameplay in that?
They're so dumb.
Oh.
While I would like it to be free, at least the Nintendo subscription is so cheap compared to PS Plus and Xbox Gold.
Yeah, that's the main defining factor. It's like I like the fact that it's like cheaper than the other things because like Nintendo's not insane.
Yeah, but I mean, I think with this way, like, there's not enough there for it to be any more expensive. I think that's the reason why I don't do it.
Yeah, I guess, but it's like I like the idea of just being like, hey, like the equivalent of Virtual Console. All those games are gonna have like additional features, like advanced, like multiplayer, and like online and all that sort of thing. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then as we get progressively like further in terms of what they start porting over, then I think more people would care. Like if it's the original Smash Brothers gets added to that service, as well as, even though I would, you know, like, but like if Melee gets added to that with online play, it's like people will lose their garbage. So it's like, as it starts out, it's gonna be like, you know, not as all enticing, but I think as they add more games to the service, then they'll be fine.
As we think through all the things that we're
trying
to do, know that we want to be better and that we want to make great games.
No, you don't.
As much as we love making
You're lying straight to everyone's faces.
Playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound.
We love making great games.
We love making great games, you know.
Which is why we haven't made one in 8 years.
Yep.
Social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million
it's EA, so nothing new.
Share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality.
Oh boy, now we're throwing the pity flags up.
And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday threat. These 3 organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization, all are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give. And thank you for your support. Thousands of us at EA and millions of you together doing immeasurable good because we love games.
How about I just like donate to a charity and not do it through you?
I'm not gonna lie, like, just because they're on here with EA makes me not want to donate to those charities. Is that bad?
That says enough. I think that says enough about how our like perception of EA is.
I wonder what we can expect from Square Conference.
Is this Anthem?
Charger Out says that he wants Octopath.
Octopath might be a Nintendo, probably not Square's though. I could be wrong on that though. I think they're more concerned about like everything else.
Yeah. Risky said they lost me when they stated that Star Wars by Respawn would show next year.
Yeah, this is Anthem. Okay.
Well,
interested to see how this game will look after a year's worth of time. You know, we just got to get past the CG trailer. You know something I just realized about some of the monsters in this game?
What?
Have you ever heard of Evolve?
Yeah.
Some of the monsters just look like monsters out of Evolve.
The old PC game? Is that what you're referring to?
I like how you say old PC game.
Oh wait, no. Are you talking about modern Evolve? I'm talking about Evolve from like the 90s.
Oh, I didn't know there. Okay, I didn't know that game was based on like an old, like IP.
Oh, it wasn't.
Okay.
I just confused two different games together. Whoops. Yeah, I never even looked at the current Evolve game. I never even looked at it, even once.
I looked at it to see why I should never touch it.
I love that you have to look at something to determine that.
Yeah, because it's like I'm like, you gotta look at a game to see if it's like riddled with microtransactions and other terrible stuff like that.
You go to the store, you are garbage, and walk away.
Just like, oh, you look interesting. Credit card needed. Back.
Oh no, it's her again, Miss Perk.
Miss Perky Perk. She's no Aisha Tyler though, thank goodness.
Dodo Wingstar, the logo looks like art though.
Also, I don't know if it shows up on stream, because I can't really check just yet. But I like. Is anybody else noticing the dislikes just gradually growing?
Yeah. I've been taking.
We're at 7,000 now. So.
Very exciting. So Casey, we're gonna go ahead and just.
That's being okay. Thank you for calling the phone again.
We know that you all started your career at BioWare.
Those of you who are in the chat, we all know how popular our friend Yuri is. He's got that phone just ringing like crazy. He's just a popular guy, man. So many connections. He's like the YouTube's version of, you know, a top-of-the-line film director.
Come back to it, and I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio, and that's kind of where it started with Anthem. Is just thinking about, what is the evolution of a BioWare game, and we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover. A whole new
yeah, it was at 2.1 thousand, but it's been ramping up. Right now, it went from 7.1 to 7.2 thousand dislikes.
Every time you came back and played it. We also wanted to do something where
it's ramping up.
Wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with story sort of bolted on the side, but something new and different, and I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make the story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the
I really honestly don't even care about the story at this point. I just want to see what they're going to add for microtransactions.
Build it into the core of the game. And that's what we would try to do.
Yeah, something new and different.
So what we call our world.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't even care about hearing the story, whether it's good or not. I just want to know that they're going to have microtransactions and how much of their stuff that they're putting in the trailers is actually accurate, what we can actually see in the game later on.
About this, it's unique for Anthem is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime, what we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing.
Because this right here, I mean, so many people have said it. This is one of those determining factors of EA. Like, if they can't get this right, they're gonna continue to decay until they eventually die out, hopefully.
And this is a single-player experience.
I do just want to point out, there's never a point in time where I want to hear that a company has gone bankrupt.
Yeah, I mean, it's never fun to hear about, especially if it's a company that you like in terms of game development, but with EA, like, if they don't get their shit together, they're going to be gone. They're going to have money left over, of course, but they're just not going to be able to make it in the,
so one of the first things that we
they're not going to be able to make it in the industry.
From our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds. When they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age, players want more story.
Because like, it's bad when I don't give a shit about what this game's story is. I don't give a shit about what it looks like. I just want to know if it's microtransactions. Like, you know how bad that is?
Yeah.
Also, since you've been gone, it went from 7.1 thousand to 7.4 thousand dislikes.
It's just growing. Yeah, it's like, it's concerning where it's like, we watch a lot of these press conferences and then it's like the first thing on our minds is that a full game? Is that ridden with microtransactions?
Well, what's really exciting
And it's like for like.
And not just the writers, but all of the.
I think for like the big three, we worry less about that because they're not really they're not really terrible with any of that.
The premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by
but
God.
yeah,
it's unfortunate that it has to be a thing we have to worry about. Like, why is this an issue?
Are in constant conflict with this unknowable force.
Because it's like it worked for mobile games, so let's see if the console gamers will fall for it too.
Yeah, I just not caring about it. Like, it continues all the time now. Granted, I know that in terms of video games, we're probably both, veterans in this whole thing. But, like,
Also think about that for a second. For games that are modified and like are heavily pushed towards wanting you to spend money for like EX boosts like Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
When eventually the the servers for that game die out and you can't buy microtransactions for those games anymore, they're practically unplayable.
Oh yeah.
So what we tried to do is
I mean, with Shadow of War, like they said, like what was it, like 4 or 5 months ago, they decided to end microtransactions. They were like, we decided that enough was enough, and we don't want to take advantage of our players anymore. Well, now you can't progress in the game, at least functionally, unless you spend hours and hours and hours doing menial shit.
Build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring
it's depressing, honestly.
And then once we do that,
and if you're like me, who basically butchered all of the orc characters that were bosses technically, you really don't have that much choice anymore to recruit anything to build up your fortresses.
Politics of our new world. And then from there we can actually go and
I like that they showed a scissor reel showing out the same environments and the same mech flying through the same environment.
Yep.
An experience that's
7,500 dislikes.
Like it's happening right now. And so the world is always changing. Whether the storms, seasons, and yeah, it's a really great concept to write for because what it means is it gives us the opportunity to drop into the world.
Yeah, it was kind of a disappointment, Risky. I played it and got my enjoyment out of it for probably like 4 hours, and then I was like, I was pretty much done with it.
What was?
Shadow of War.
I remember as soon as news came out about that, I was just like, 2 of my friends really like Shadow of Mordor. I need to tell them about this. I can't let them accidentally stumble upon that game and like end up buying it. And they were bummed out the moment they heard that news. They just flat out didn't buy it. It's not even worth it. At that point the Switch was coming out, so it's like they have better things to spend their money on.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I spent, I think, $18 on it, because there are people online who can buy games off of that sell for dirt cheap so they can make a profit.
Yeah.
And I paid $18 for it, and I played probably 4 hours of it where I was content, and then after that, everything else was just a progressive shit show going down.
And they each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus.
Risky said he didn't get it at all due to the microtransactions.
There's a class system.
Oh, fun.
Each Javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit
I'm just going to tell you right now, if there's a bow, I'm buying this game. Every game that has a bow in modern games, I fucking love. So if there's a bow, I'm buying this game.
Did you buy Metal Gear Survive?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
But I bought it for $5.
Did you like it?
No.
The Ranger now.
I like the bow aspect of it, but any game with bows are like my shit. I don't know why, but I have every single Far Cry game, well, Far Cry 2, 3, and 4. Far Cry 5 I have to pay for still. I have both of the Modern Tomb Raider games.
I'm really enjoying how this game looks in terms of gameplay.
Yeah, it does look really good.
Storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are picking your faves right now, too. So the Javelins are awesome, but we're going to take a couple of questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen.
Also, like, if this flops, not only is EA in trouble, BioWare's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Just, like, out.
Dodo Wingstar said he noticed some FPS dropping.
Aw, dang.
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way they're.
Well, depending on when the game comes out, like they'll probably iron that out.
Yeah. Risky said he just got a 64.
That was just an Ava color scheme.
We want teams to be able to do this as well, and because you're going to be using a javelin for a long period of time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
Oh, I just saw it.
Because actually, Jay
What the
Makino has
fuck?
a question connected to
somebody in the development team's a weeb.
It has to be.
Yeah, so we are going
Yeah,
to have,
there could be Anthem faction, Anthem frame or Anthem fashion, whatever.
Fashion souls.
No ability to pay for power.
Fashion Anthem.
No ability to
spend wait, I saw monetization.
At all within Anthem. But even more important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from the get-go. So that means a main story, a big open world, and an ongoing service that provides new content for a long period of time. New story, new experiences for everyone.
Well, I'm glad to hear that I can make my javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey. We talked earlier about this being a co-op experience.
I hope this isn't like another Destiny in a way, like a smaller scale Destiny.
They said no paying for gameplay advantages, but you will be paying for customization. So.
Yeah, but it's like I hear like updates to like ongoing updates to story mode, and I'm like,
have a look at that.
Yeah.
Being really strong.
So I mean, my thing is, if it's just like that, I'm okay with it. But after a certain point, even the customization, I hope they have a free aspect of that at some point, because I would hate to have to pay for even the most minute customization.
You know what's concerning about this game and how it looks?
What?
If you replaced the robots with dragons, this was actually just scale bound.
Oh fuck. Maybe that's what happened. The director was like, fuck this, I want robots.
Make sure that playing with other people feels like a choice.
They dropped Kamiya and Team and gave it to BioWare instead.
You're going to be able to do that. Now going out into another world like this,
anyways, sorry about this, Risky. I had to jump back in. So Risky said he just got a 64GB SD card for his Switch. So this means that should at least give you a little bit more space when it comes down to games.
Cool.
That everyone at least gives co-op a try.
And then Charger out. I hope it's not like Destiny. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. But I mean, if they're on the track for no like advantages, I guess that might be a positive thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really play Destiny 2 that much. I finished the campaign and then that was it.
I will. So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapons. You got to take them out.
So the crime organization is called the Scars.
Gross.
You have a conversation.
They also look like a heavy metal album.
Faye and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we
Team Bad Guys.
Team.
And yeah,
wait, I got it. Team Bad Guys Beat Boop Edition.
Head out with your friends.
Not even like Pokemon's that transparent.
We're gonna go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
I would hate loot box for a single color. Yeah, that would be bad.
Oh god, don't Overwatch it, please.
Like Warframe, they do color packs based upon section, I believe. Yeah, it's based upon section you can get, but at the same time, they are a little bit pricey in terms of what they get there, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, they also have a way for you to farm, you know, the in-game currency or the premium currency or whatever. That way you can eventually pay for the equipment, you know, instead of having to do any of the actual buying.
Yeah, I'd like if they Street Fighter 5 it. You just get fight money.
That would be good.
Just say, hey, you play the game enough, you get money, and then you can buy your cosmetics that way. But alternatively, you could just buy the custom cosmetics like $1, I suppose.
That would be good right there.
Be careful.
It's fine because it's like cosmetics are just optional. It's like they're not gameplay, so. And then also it's just like, hey, you could just like, there's ways to just get it. I like how, though, you know, I would prefer it if it's just like you don't need, it's like there's not like microtransactions there, period, because then like people won't feel like like at some points they might feel either obligated or just like it's just like, oh, it's like it's staring at me. You want to know a game? You want to know a game recently that did the whole like earn costumes and all sorts of things like decently well? Super Bomberman R.
See, I didn't get a chance to look into that one. I thought it might be cool to play.
I was
a fan of the SNES Bombermans.
And this is one just in the same vein as that. But yeah, it's like every single costume and like cosmetic thing you can get like solely, but just by playing through the game, like playing through the story mode or playing online, any of that stuff. And there's no microtransactions, period. So it's like a normal game, which you know, I'm glad for.
Yeah.
I'm happy that not only Bomberman's back, but he's also not like insert your credit card to have fun.
Yeah, that's never. I don't know. I miss the good old days.
Most of the time, you can like. I wonder why so many people cling towards Nintendo, because it's just like they don't like have a lot of these issues.
Yeah, and I understand that. It's just that for me personally, like Nintendo, they've never been like my full-on. They've never fully been my thing.
And that's fair. Like I flip-flop between both Sony and Nintendo, so it's like when one company's messing up, I just go to the other one. When both companies end up messing up, then I just go backwards. It's just like, okay, you know what? I haven't been working on my PS3 collection. Let's see how that's going. It's like, ooh, Odin Sphere is no longer like $60. Snag that.
Yep. So,
I am going to be legitimate here. I have no idea what in God's name they're doing.
Neither do I.
I see the mission objective is find the source of the eggs, but at the same time, it's like they've done like 6 things that look like they have nothing to do with that. Oh, but it looks like they found the eggs. It's quiet. Too quiet. Oh. Nice trailer shot there.
I would love to have a pet system in this game. Could you imagine?
What would even the pets in this world be?
A mini version of that thing.
How cool was that?
Okay, lady. Tone it down a bit.
That was actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to come by the Anthem Theater,
I'm just imagining like a dog with like rocket boots.
Hell yeah.
So I'm sure the question.
I want my own Crypto the Super Dog.
When do we get to play?
So
but in a robot suit.
February 22nd,
God.
2019. On Xbox One, PlayStation 4.
February 22nd, 2019.
That's pretty early.
Thank you so much again to Casey and the entire BioWare team. I know you guys
8 months from now. Let's hope they can do what they want to do in those 8 months. And if they can't, delay it. Delay it until it's done.
Just don't do a Final Fantasy 15 delay where it ends up being shittier than what it was when it started. Did I say that? Sorry, it must be my my personal issues.
Sorry, it must have been my Nova Lavus Crystallis bug. Real talk though, Type 0 is the best thing to come out of that like thing.
Yeah. R2-D2 as pets. Yep, totally. Could be a thing.
Now, that's a lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No? Like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest. I get it. So, I want to let you guys know to keep your streams going because in just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup live tournament is going to begin. I'm gonna head outside.
Anybody want to download our shit? No.
I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play
oh wait.
Hold
on. Let me check the game.
And have a great weekend.
All right. Well, that was it.
Oh, the dislike bar blurred out.
That was it, actually. No, Anthem was their closer.
Okay then.
That wasn't terrible, actually. The only part that was insufferable was the Conquer, Command and Conquer mobile money match they had on stage.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, okay, we're gonna pull out Kirby, but yeah, that was legit. That was legitimately okay.
It's over now. You missed the Anthem stuff.
I'm upset to hear that they still have Star Wars rights, but yeah, that wasn't terrible. So.
Hi guys, my name is Chew Boy.
Yeah, okay, guys have that. But yeah, I guess that's it for this stream. So let me bring it over to intermission, and then I'll bring up the schedule. The schedule.
The Szechuan.
The Szechuan sauce.
Perfect.
Okay, so next stream will be tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that will be Microsoft.
Yay! Let's see if they can actually release a game.
Cuphead 2. So yeah. I guess I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for showing up to the stream, and Low Effort Content Week go strong without a hitch.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, last thing to point out though, do not forget, we still have a normal straw poll stream over on Twitch. So
true.
When 9 p.m. comes around, just show up on Twitch, and I'll be playing what ended up winning, which was Fate Unlimited Codes, and then we'll go to Hitagata Hapa and end it off with Intelligent Cube, with Jet Moto crying in the corner. So yeah, for real this time, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later tonight. Thank you. Be safe. Take care. All the sort of ending bits.